All right, Doug Smith, Duane Plapp, the RGA Weekly Webinar. Mr. Plapp, you've got that great ball cap on that you purchased last week. I like that look.
Cha-ching, baby. It's the Chicago Cubs. It was their look for Saturday. They had Wrigleyville. Was kind of like it was just. I guess it was a 1 day thing. But my wife wants me now to buy two jerseys. I bought the hat, and I thought it was a pretty neat uniform. To be honest with you.
That's pretty cool. All right, today's topic, we've covered this in different fashions before, but I was having a conversation with a former radio cohort the other day, and they were complaining about how obviously radio right now kind of struggling, trying to get new clients on. And they were complaining about how they're throwing everything but the kitchen sink at all these new clients, trying to get them on board. And they're ignoring the current people who have already know, like, and trust and spending money with them. And it took me back to my days of selling radio. That happened all the time. The bonus commercials essentially pucker up and kiss the butt of the new people, but ignore the other ones. And we even had a director of sales one time say, we already got them. Don't worry about that. And it needs to be the opposite. So as you're looking and prospecting and doing all the things to find new clients, don't ignore the people who are already with you. So what kind of tips and advice would you have for sales reps that to not ignore their current clients?
Well, let me ask you one question, okay? And everybody out there, let me ask you one question. Who is the one person who does not want you to quit the business or file bankruptcy or get fired? Okay, if you're a sales rep, who's the one person who doesn't want to have you do that? Ironically enough, it's your current clients, because people what? They hate change. They don't want to, all of a sudden they got to find a new person to buy from, or they got to find a new company because you went out of business, or you quit, so now they got to find a new representative. They don't like that. So the easiest person to actually who wants you to stay around the longest is the guy you're already selling to. So guess what? The easiest person to create new business from, easiest person to leverage to get referrals is the guy that you've already got. So don't forget him, because I tell you what, I did a webinar a couple months ago. I was just telling you a minute ago. It was all about the fact that easiest way to double your business in any current year is sell to the people that you're already working with. Make them part of your family. Make them feel at home. And the more you do that, the more referrals you're going to get, and the more increased business from them you're going to get. Unbelievable.
Yep. Well, it seems so basic. And one other thing that I've had people ask, it's like, well, how do you know how often to stay in contact with a client or do this or do that? And my answer is simple. Ask them. I'll simply ask, hey, look, I don't want to overkill. I know that you're busy. What's a good schedule to be able to stay in touch? And I have some people go, oh, well, hey, you can contact me every week. I've got others who say, look, I'm good. We're running. You can reach out to me once a month. If I need something, I'll reach out to you. Don't be afraid to ask.
Here's the only thing that is this. Whenever you're saying reach out, everybody's always selling. So don't sell. Just reach out and say, how you doing? I saw your kid got graduated from high school. I saw your son score a touchdown in the basketball game, or I saw whatever. Just make them hey, by the way, what are you doing this afternoon? Let's go to the ball game. Okay, hey, let's go have lunch. Let's go have breakfast. Okay, I got a networking event that you ought to be at. I use that all the time. There's a networking event going on. It's right in your target market. You should be there. Why don't you go with me? You can reach out every single day with that. Okay, it's the thing is, the problem is most people assume that when you're reaching out, you're selling. So if you're always selling, then you may want to space it out. But if you're just simply becoming that person's friend, BFF, best friend forever, I tell you what, I always like to hear from my friends. And if he wants to call me every single day, that's fine with me. I love my friends. And so the key to the thing is this: make the person your friend, okay? BFF, best friend forever. And he won't mind you talking to him because you're not always talking about selling.
Yeah, well, no, good idea. Because again, it's easy to just fall into this trap that someone's new, they're a client, you stay on top of them, there's that excitement. It's kind of like dating. And then 6-7 months in, you start taking each other for granted, and you're just not as visible, or you're not saying, you're not holding hands, or you're not going out on date night. Same thing happens with a client. you start taking it for granted, and next thing you know, you haven't stayed in contact, you haven't been visible, you haven't done extra bennies, you haven't added value to them, and because you're so focused on the new stuff. And so I think that was the topic for today, was just don't forget the people who are already spending money with you and who already know, like, and trust you, and stay visible with them.
Like I said, it's the easiest way to grow your business. If you really want to grow your business, easiest way in the world is work with the people that you already got a relationship, because they can not only going to buy more from you, but guess what? They're also going to give you referrals. And guess what? The key to the thing is make them your friend. If you make them your friend, they can talk to them all the time, and they're not upset because you're talking to them, because you're your friend. Simple
Sounds
as that.
good.
Fantastic.
Short and sweet, Papa
baby.
Platt.
Cha-ching,
I
baby.
appreciate it. Hey, by the way, happy Father's Day to you on Sunday.
Well, happy Father's Day to you too.
Well, thank you, sir. So you enjoy the weekend, and I will chat with you again next week.
Cha-ching. Have a nice day.
Thanks, sir. Bye.
Bye.